found the floor. Got the ottoman cleaned off. Still don't know what to do with that little nano tank, but making good progress on redoing, redecorating, cleaning out, all that good shit. Just kind of doing things in phase. Because it's only 10 o'clock, but I need to get to bed. I need to wake up nice and refreshed in the morning because I have court. Oh boy. Unlike many court dates I've faced, there's nothing really bad that can happen to me tomorrow. I mean, I'd have to really fuck up, you know? About it is the the let's see, the worst that could happen against me is basically those kids don't get to have a dad. Like, I don't know how this. I mean, I'm not breaking my word to my stepdaughter. I told her I'd always be there for her, but I'm be told by the court that at least that has to wait a long time. That's the worst that could happen to me tomorrow. Is I not get to inform Kira's friends that she took all my money, just like I said she'd fucking done. That's the worst that could happen to me tomorrow. However, the worst that could happen to my soon-to-be ex-wife is she can wind up looking bad, trying to call me a crazy person. She's going to wind up being exposed as a crazy person herself. Trying to say I'm off my medication, she's going to be proven to be off of her medication. I will, however, not be proven to have ever been on any medications. She doesn't have any prescriptions for me. I have prescriptions for her that she stopped taking. Professing me to be the Messiah and whatnot. Hashtag Mama N, for fuck's sake. She's taking this to court. That's fucking amazing to me. It's like if two people smoke crack and one of them said, well, he smokes crack. Yeah, well, bitch, you smoke crack too. You know? That's all I'm saying. But then there's the divorce video. And now there's this one part where you have to really listen up really closely to hear her screaming at me toward age, but I'm actually screaming at someone who's screaming at me. And this is later continued when I mentioned that I won't that she can carry her own damn bags. She was screaming at me while I was carrying her bags. I was literally helping her move. I was helping her abandon me. You know, like I'm literally that much of a fucking pushover. That this woman's sitting there screaming at me and I'm just helping her move shit. She's leaving me for another man and engaging in a full-scale character assassination, purposely trying to poison the kids against me by letting them get away with anything and still get these extra privileges, all thanks to mommy trying to make me look like that guy for trying to enforce the conditions that I thought my wife had set. My wife had not communicated with me that, oh, Katrina was a back to her mother over and over again and still keep her phone. Oh, okay. Silly me. And literally, the only thing she could complain about me the entire night was bathe your dog. Feed your dog. Helping with my dog. Our dog. The family's dog. See, the difference between a good woman and a bad woman is whether she says it's your fucking dog. Once she... Boom. Apparently, I'm going to be on trial for my rage. Yeah, sure. As if rage wasn't what this country was founded and built upon. Rage against tyranny, rage against oppression, rage against fascism. Rage against the machine. You know who had problems with rage? Our founding fathers. You know what? I don't have a problem with rage. I'm productive with my rage. And what you get on the channel is not what you get at my house. You get two parents that yell about the same amount. One, however, relents with the yelling and then reverts to positive reinforcement. The other has to be told to do so. Just like she has to be told to apologize, she has to be told to say thank you. It was like having 3 kids. And this adulteress who took all my money, I happened to beat her to the tax returns, to the state tax returns. They had just got deposited right before I showed up at the bank. I was still thinking we were going to have a meeting when the tax return hit, and I was planning on being more than generous. I know one thing she fucking hates about me is that I have faith in God to provide for me. Off of the sale of my lawnmower. And I bought myself some $20 shoes from Payless for court tomorrow. That's all the money I'll be spending on myself for a long time. And I don't spend contributions that way. Contributions are on permanent items. Actually, the contributions got spent on the shoes, not the food. And not cigarettes lately either. Smoking a carton of my stepdad's. Poor Laney wants to play. Nobody should play with him. Misha done snuck out on me. Hi, honey. Anyways, it all seems pointless to make yourself out to be a crazy person. Just to prove that somebody who's already a known crazy person is a crazy person. What am I gonna do? Lie? Pretend I'm not a crazy? No. I have never pretended I was anything but crazy. Okay? Whether or not I'm something more than just a simple human being who happens to be crazy. That's the question. But I remain objective in answering that question. Just as I try to keep the audience as objective as possible. I don't present any Kool-Aid for them to drink. Simple fact is, I've fulfilled a whole bunch of prophecies. Prophecies that a human being should not have been able to fulfill. Plain and simple. And there's a lot of weird things about me that make me seem like more than a human being. But I remain objective, and I consider the possibility of them just being coincidences. Oh, what an ironic fucking world this has to be for that level of coincidence to occur. But, you know, I remain objective. Still a matter of wait and see to me. And I just play my part when I must. Because, well, Jesus isn't here, apparently. If I'm not him. I remain objective. It's funny how that's not good enough for certain people. It's funny how there aren't any prophecies left other than that which directly stems from what has either already happened or what has happened here on this channel in regards to it and the content thereof. The truth that will set you free. That was here. This was the only place to find it. still is. I can't be ashamed of that. But I remain objective. Maybe none of the prophecies are true. Maybe the whole Bible is full of shit. There's a lot of possibilities that remain. Maybe the joke's on me. Maybe the joke's on you. Maybe I'm just the punchline. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm a crazy fuck who has no idea what they're talking about. And what makes sense to me, it doesn't actually make sense to anyone. If it were the case, how would I know? Anyway. But me being crazy, that's a given. I'm disabled. I've been functional and not medicated for a long time. And if my wife thought I needed fucking medication, she should have told me. She's never said I needed medication. She's never done anything but agree with me. The last psychiatrist I've seen did not prescribe me any medication. I've been able to tell them over and over again I'm not on any medication and I'm doing fine without it. The medications that I had last tried gave me severe migraines. And I do just fine with exercise, meditation, martial arts training, that kind of thing. Tai Chi and whatnot. Tai Chi-ish. Or Tai Ichi. Ichi Tai. Anyways. Hoping to see some people hanging out tonight. But it's the wrong time. Most of my mates are still at work right now. Up there in Europe. Having dinner and whatnot. Tuesday night. Had some good songs going to church. But I had to leave a little early so I could wind down enough to get to sleep right about now. I really don't want to do this tomorrow. In order to defend myself, I'm going to have to make her look bad. I might even say that. I really don't want to do this because in order to defend myself, I have to make her look bad. I genuinely don't want to do that. I have her admitting that she kept me home from work. I have her admitting that, or not denying, that when I begged her to stop being the fucking YouTube Jesus person, she wouldn't let me do it. And that was around the time that she made that video, Y'all Broke Sean. And shamed y'all for making me want to quit. I have that video. I have her before that. The actual Bride of Christ video. Talking about he's the teacher. Y'all been waiting for him. There he is. Making a very not so subtle implication that I'm fucking Jesus, dude. Like, seriously. I don't give a fuck about a restraining order. I'm not going to violate a restraining order. I haven't had any restraining order violating type activities before the fucking restraining order. You know? Somebody asked me to stop texting them, stop doing this, whatever. Okay. You know how easy it would be for me to quit smoking? If I just wanted to have nothing to do? I quit smoking. I enjoy smoking. That's why I still smoke. Somebody told me I had to quit smoking? Okay. They told me to stop texting my own wife. Stop contacting my own wife. I guarantee I'd quit smoking to be able to talk to her again. She's my wife. I'd probably quit breathing for 5 minutes straight. If she wanted me to stop texting her, all she had to do was ask. And that's why it's ridiculous that the fucking courts got involved. And it's going to risk her being able to actually, have her own children. Because she's going to be made to look like an absolute fucking crazy person. Just to defend myself. I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to let my lawyer do it for me. And that's sad. I really don't want to do this. I mean, what do I have to lose? I got nowhere to go but up. I've already lost my family. My wife has already abandoned me. Just made me feel like the piece of shit I always knew she thought I was. She used to tell me I wasn't. She used to tell me I was fucking worth something. She used to tell me, like, all my business plans were valuable, and we were going to make it, and she was going to help make it happen, and then she just turned on me. Why? Because Chris got a fucking divorce. That's why. I got no problem being a worthless cripple. Don't get me wrong there. I'm not throwing a pity party for myself. But I need to, I need to be on terms with my worthlessness. Not be fucking deluded by someone who doesn't actually believe in me. Dingo! Sleepy time. The law just changed, making my flood-proof buildings a whole lot more viable. And I got a random real estate agent that believes in me so much that she's working her ass off, taking time out of her day, finding properties for me to make pitches on. But my own wife got sick of me trying to make a future for us. She got sick of me trying to provide for my family. She got sick of me trying to find a way to work out of disability. She married a man who was unemployed, disabled, and didn't have a fucking $1 billion notebook. Wasn't breeding clownfish. We would every year strategize on how we would spend our tax returns in order to best advance ourselves. And when it came to my mom's death money, okay, the fucking death money from my mother, she told me that it was worth paying this bankruptcy attorney. Wound up being fucking almost half, probably half the debt total. Surely all of the debt that we had racked up. But then the rest of it had to go, pay for her previous fucking debt. From before we were even together. Spent that on her bankruptcy. I can't believe it's been 3 years already. It hasn't. It's been 2 years. That was early 2017. My mom will have been dead for 2 years. On April 21st. My wife is doing this to me within 2 years of my mother's death. In ancient times, she'd be stoned to death. Did you know that? To commit adultery within 2 years of your spouse's parent dying? I'm not talking the Jews. I'm talking common law. I'm not saying she should be stoned to death, obviously. I would basically take her back because she's my wife and I want her to get the fucking help she needs. You know, I don't take marriage as lightly as modern people do, I suppose. I'm willing to work anything out. I don't have the ring on, but I don't let it go far, you know. I'd rather she came to her senses. I could even forgive her. I could fucking forgive her for cheating on me. I could. I could even do it without holding a fucking paranoid grudge. If she got the treatment she needs. Because I realize now she's just not spiritually strong enough as a person to do anything without proper fucking psychological therapy. She pretended to be on my level. And I tried to suggest ways for her to get off medication, but she couldn't even hear me in a fucking complete sentence. When I would say that diet and exercise are the key to maintaining healthy thought processes. You can use those to get off your medication. I got her on video saying she stopped her medication because it was my fault for saying that. Who's here? I forgot I was streaming. I was drawing a little floor plan layout of how I was 17 feet away and facing away from her as she was screaming at me while I was helping her out with her bags. This woman who is going to make the claim that she feared for her life should she ever dare to leave me. I'm such a horrible monster. She was screaming at me while I carried her bags out. I was trying to carry her bags out. She just kept on fucking assassinating me. Verbally assassinating me. Really? Well, fuck you too. Whoever it was left. Apparently they thought I was live streaming too. Anyway. Guess I'm gonna call it a broadcast and try to get some damn sleep. Thanks for nobody watching. Again, old people. Excuse me, new people. I need help with my legal fund. Seriously. I'm going to be seeing my lawyer again tomorrow, and he's going to be telling me how much more money I owe him. Thanks to the old people contributing, I've managed to save up about $100 in my bank. I don't even know why there's $100 in my bank right now, but there's $100 in my bank. But this lawyer is going to cost a lot more than that. So, Acadian Mariculture at iCloud, y'all. Please. Show me some love. My one risk of going to jail is just standing there and twitching and just not knowing what the fuck to say and being held in contempt. So I need my lawyer, okay? Plain and simple. Otherwise, I don't feel like I'm competent to even be in a courtroom. I really don't. So, please help. Like Jeb Bush, please clap.